But this is the language that we choose for ourselves. How do I want to frame this? I could frame it. Listen, it's so understandable to say, I have been here for a year, relentlessly working on sitting with urges. This is the worst. I am the worst. I then feel like a failure. When I feel like a failure, what do? I eat the whole biscuit. Or I could be like, dang, it took a while to get that one time sitting with an urge, but now I know I can do it. I know I can do it. Now I have evidence that with enough practice, and if it took me a year of practice to sit with the first urge without acting on it, to just have one bite of that biscuit and then sit and not eat more, I'm pretty sure I can sit with an urge again without another year going by. Might take a few months reminding myself, practicing. We all get good at what we practice. The other thing I'm going to invite you guys to remember is genetics comes into play. There are over 150 different genetic variations that make us vulnerable to weight loss. So before you go and trash talk yourself, just consider this. You have control over some of it, and that's what we're practicing. There are some things that we don't have control over, and that's okay because we're going to work on the stuff we can. You know, we all have different body shapes. You know what? I got really lucky in the genetic lottery. Sometimes we get genetically lucky, sometimes we get genetically unlucky. People who carry their weight centrally, it's a bigger health risk. That's not your fault. If that is your situation, I'm going to invite you right now to catch yourself. If you're number one, having unfair and unrealistic expectations for what your body should look like. Number two, if you're beating yourself up for not attaining some societal view of what our bodies should look like. We all, I did not get genetically lucky in some other ways. So I'm not going to list all my flaws for you because you know what? That's not serving me to do that. So I'm just going to do a thought download of all the happy genetic gifts I was given, and then a thought download of all the happy things I can get control over with practice. And I invite you to do the same because the more we lament our shortcomings or the things we didn't luck out on,